Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Bold and Beautiful's Who Killed Tom? Murder mystery may be but a tease for the real Whodunit to come. The Bold and the Beautiful has us hella curious about who killed poor Tom, 'cause we know it couldn't have been Poppy. Way too obvious. But the show has us even more intrigued by the prospect of what comes next. See, sure, it's sad that Tom's dead and all, and we want to know Whodunit, but we have a feeling that this arc is only a precursor to a larger murder mystery. What makes us so sure? Justin returned to the scene just in time to be a suspect, and while we can't imagine why he'd want Tom pushing up daisies, we can think of a lot of reasons he'd want to make trouble for the Forresters, Spencers and Logans. As shady as Justin is, we could see him having used his cunning to bug the offices of Forrester Creations, then blackmailing former co-conspirator Ridge. If the dressmaker doesn't pay, and handsomely, Justin will sell Bill his recordings of Hope discussing her attraction to Steffi's husband, Steffi hitting the roof over the idea of having to work with Brooke, and the real reason Hope broke up. Unfashioned sales would go through the roof. At the same time, Justin could also be blackmailing his former friend Bill and his new family with what he's learned about the night Luna accidentally spent with Zende. How much would it be worth to Justin's ex-bestie to keep his sweetheart and their daughter from being publicly embarrassed? Fashion wouldn't run such a story, but TMZ would eat that bleep up. Justin could also threaten old flame Donna that if she doesn't write him a nice fat check. 2. He'll release the recording he made in which it is revealed that she and Eric got together while he was still married to Quinn. Finally, Justin could extort money from Eric by warning that if he doesn't hit the jackpot to end all jackpots, he'll go public with tapes of the Forrester family patriarch discussing his his decision to let Quinn satisfy her carnal desires with Carter, and how Donna finally solved his little downstairs problem. Basically, every character on the canvas would want to see Justin shut up and put down. It would be a murder mystery on steroids. What do you think? Is Tom's death just the opening act for an even graver matter? Speaking of Tom, review the suspects in his murder below. The sun dipped behind the Forrester mansion, casting long shadows over the meticulously manicured lawns. Inside, the tension was palpable. The grand living room, usually filled with laughter and gossip, now felt like the set of a noir thriller. Everyone was on edge, eyes darting suspiciously around the room. The air buzzed with unanswered questions and barely concealed accusations. At the center of it all was the enigma of the hour. Who killed Tom? Tom Forrester had always been a polarizing figure in the Bold and Beautiful universe. His charm and charisma were matched only by his ambition and ruthlessness. Friends and enemies alike had found themselves ensnared in his web of manipulation. So when he was found lifeless in his luxurious office, a single gunshot wound marring his perfect facade, the list of potential suspects read like a who's who of Los Angeles high society. Ridge Forrester, Tom's father, was a portrait of grief and rage. His usually stoic demeanor was shattered, replaced by a man desperate for answers. Brooke Logan, his on-again, off-again love, stood by his side, her face a mask of concern. But there were whispers, rumors that Brooke and Tom had a heated argument just days before his death. Could their tumultuous history have finally boiled over into something more sinister? As the shimmering lights of Los Angeles bathed the Forrester mansion in an ethereal glow, the world of Bold and Beautiful was abuzz with an electrifying enigma. Who killed Tom? The latest murder mystery to grip the glamorous lives of the Forresters, Logans and Spencers had fans on the edge of their seats. Yet in true soap opera fashion, this seemingly straightforward Whodunit was but a tantalizing teaser, setting the stage for an even more intricate and explosive revelation. Tom's murder had sent shockwaves through the tight-knit circle of high fashion and high drama. As a controversial figure with many enemies, his death was both shocking and oddly inevitable. From the moment his body was discovered, sprawled lifeless on the lush Forrester estate grounds, the suspects lined up, each with motives as layered and complex as the couture designs they wore. Ridge Forrester, the family patriarch, was the first to fall under suspicion. His strained relationship with Tom had been public fodder for months. Heated arguments, veiled threats, and bitter confrontations had become their norm. Was Ridge's final outburst of anger the fatal blow that ended Tom's life? Brooke Logan, ever the dramatic centerpiece, had her reasons too. Tom had uncovered a secret from her past that threatened to unravel her meticulously curated life. The fear of exposure and the lengths Brooke would go to protect her reputation painted her as a prime suspect. Did her desire to keep her skeletons in the closet drive her to murder? Thomas Forrester, Ridge's troubled son, found himself ensnared in the web of suspicion. His rivalry with Tom over family dominance and professional accolades was no secret. Thomas's history of mental instability and rash actions made him a likely candidate. Was his jealousy and desperation the catalyst for a deadly confrontation? Even the innocent-looking Hope Logan had her reasons. Tom's involvement in her tumultuous marriage had been a source of relentless torment. His manipulative schemes and cruel games had pushed Hope to her breaking point. Could sweet, demure Hope have snapped under the pressure, turning to violence in a moment of blind rage? As the detectives sifted through evidence, each clue seemed to deepen the mystery rather than resolve it. Fingerprints were found, but they belonged to nearly everyone in the household, a testament to the interconnected lives and tangled alliances. A broken necklace, traces of a rare perfume, and a cryptic note only added to the labyrinthine puzzle. Meanwhile, whispers of a larger conspiracy began to surface. Whispers that suggested Tom's murder was not an isolated act of violence, but part of a grander scheme. The arrival of a mysterious stranger, claiming to have ties to Tom's dark past, hinted at secrets that stretched far beyond the glittering facade of the Forrester empire. As the investigation progressed, the plot thickened. Every character seemed to harbor a hidden agenda, a secret vendetta, or a clandestine affair. Red herrings and false leads peppered the storyline, keeping fans guessing and theorizing. The tension reached fever pitch as accusations flew, alliances shifted, and trust eroded. Then, in a dramatic twist worthy of soap opera legend, a shocking revelation came to light. Tom had been working undercover, investigating a shadowy organization that had infiltrated the highest echelons of Los Angeles society. His murder was a desperate attempt to silence him before he could expose the truth. This revelation turned the murder investigation on its head, shifting focus from personal vendettas to a broader conspiracy. As the pieces of the puzzle began to fit together, it became clear that Tom's death was the first domino in a sequence of events that threatened to upend the entire social order. The real mastermen behind the plot remained shrouded in mystery, their identity hidden behind layers of deception and intrigue. In a climactic showdown, the true villain was unmasked. It was none other than Stephanie Forrester, the seemingly matriarchal figure whose iron grip on the family had masked her darker intentions. Driven by a desire to protect her family's legacy at all costs, Stephanie had orchestrated the murder, manipulating events from the shadows. But the real twist lay in the aftermath. As Stephanie was led away in handcuffs, a cryptic message she left behind hinted at a deeper conspiracy, one that transcended even her machinations. "This is far from over," her note read, suggesting that the real Whodunit was yet to come. The stage was set for an even grander saga, one that promised to delve into the underbelly of power, corruption, and betrayal. The world of Bold and Beautiful braced itself for the next chapter, where the lines between friend and foe would blur, and the quest for truth would become more perilous than ever.